Welcome back, YouTube, as we take a look today at Algorand, which has gained over 11.5% today. And if you don't know, FIFA announced a partnership with blockchain innovator Algorand in May earlier this year. FIFA also launched an NFT platform on Algorand in a run-up World Cup. This was posted in September this year. And whether you're looking at this token for a short-term investment, a short-term trade, or a long-term hold, it's kind of cool to know that it reached an all-time high of $3.56 on June 20th this year, and its recent low was about 27 cents. And Algorand today sits at a mere 30 cents. Not a bad long-term hold for those of you doing that, and not a bad trade for you guys that are trading the soccer events. So let's take a look at the charts today, and let's see what's going on for Algorand. Road Dog Crypto. Welcome to the Road Dog Crypto channel. My name is Lane, your crypto road dog, helping to guide you through this crazy world that we call crypto. Shout out to Jack Edwin, who requested that I go over this coin again. And to do this, we need to take a look at the history of Algorand so that you really understand where I'm coming from. And I'm on the daily chart here. Now, I've been tracking this coin for a while, since it came down to its lows around 28, 27 cents there. And it's been in a range, and these purple lines right here, if you can see those, last time we talked about it, we identified this range as just the trading range it has been in. So it's a great one for people that want to buy at the bottom of this range and take profit toward the top of this range. Been very good for that. But it's also in a peculiar pattern, and if you can see that, the orange lines that I have here, and it's called a right angled broad-end formation. And there could be several ways to draw this. You could draw this at an angle, but if you can also see, there's also this catch right here, which kind of validates that this is a support line. But over at the pattern side, this is the particular pattern that we're looking at here. There's an example. There's another one here. This one actually had a bear trap, just like what we had here, a bear trap on Algorand. This is a bullish pattern. Now, this particular pattern has a breakout upward to the upside 55% of the time. Now, we're still a little bit early for that, but the point that we broke out and broke back into this pattern is huge. That signals a very strong possible move to the upside. And as we go down to the lower time frames, I can kind of clarify and show you the patterns that are proving that that's to be true too. Now, if we also take a look, you see this white line right here was also identifying another pattern that we were in before this other one finally took shape. And that's a descending triangle. And it has a tendency to break to the downside unless it's at a bottom. Now, at a bottom, it could be a bottoming pattern, which is what it looks to be doing here at the moment. At the moment, this falls into our story very well. So the hiccup that we would get is right here at this trend line, which is the area that we're at right now at 30 cents. So we can expect a hiccup there, maybe a slight retracement, but we eventually will or should break above that. If or when that we do, we will be looking for more upside on up to 35 cents, even on up to the top of this trend line, which is coming in at 46 cents, okay? This is where it could get tricky because I would be expecting a rejection there, because usually with this pattern, it successfully breaks to the upside after what we call a partial decline, meaning that it will come about halfway back down before bouncing and then moving up to get out of this pattern. So that's a long way away. Right now, we're in the beginning stages of that, and that's very bullish in my opinion. However, it is still possible. Keep this in mind. Could be a rejection here, and things could just go totally south, but in my humble opinion, that's highly unlikely. Some other things while we're on the daily chart here to point out is the market cipher has given us a green dot a couple of days ago. MACD down here at the bottom is looking bullish. It's starting to get that bullish turn. The histogram is already coming up. It has not reached the 0 point, but once it does reach that and goes over that, things turn green, officially bullish there. And as far as our EMAs go, it looks like we got rejected there on the 21 daily EMA, and that's typical. We'll have to work to get above it. Remember, that is right here at that trend line as well. The next spot from there would be up to this blue one, which is the 100-day EMA, which would bring us up at about 32.5 cents, somewhere through that zone. Now let's zoom down to the smaller time frames, to the 4 hours, so we can get a better look at what's going on and what's making this so bullish.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Now, I will tell you right now, the current time frame, 4 hours, starting to get a little tired, and that's to be expected. But the biggest thing I want to draw your attention to is this right here. And this is a beautiful inverted head and shoulders pattern. The measured move for this pattern should take us up to this area right here that I have marked at 35 cents. And if you notice, all this price action is occurring in an accumulation zone that we've had set up from way back in this point when we got in on the trade, wrote it up, took profit, came down, and I've been accumulating even down to these areas because this is actually one of my long-term holds. But if you ask me, are we still in a good accumulation zone? I would say yes. However, I want to remind you that this particular pattern does have a throwback rate of 65%. And what that means is that 65% of the time, it will find rejection point and it will come back to the breakout area, which for us would be right just a little bit above 28 cents, maybe a little bit below, depending on if it goes to the breakout zone or comes back and bounces off of this trend line right here, the neckline. But that is to be expected, so that may happen. And if it does, this is a great accumulation zone right through this area, 28, 29 cents. But even if you were to buy it now, it's probably still going to work out well for you, because I do expect us to break above this. Even if we get rejected and come back down, I still expect us to break above this trend line. And the reason I do is because we got this bear trap right here. When we break out a larger pattern and come back in, you can almost guarantee a nice size up move. So the old targets that I have for this setup are still valid. The upward targets, all of those are still good. There is still a measured move that can come into play up here at 49 cents, even prices above. And I will put this onto Twitter, this chart, if you want to go there and get a copy of it, because I do have targets on up to 62 cents for this particular coin. And that comes from this bigger pattern that we're in, because there's a measured move for that one too that roughly takes us up to this level right here of about 62 cents. So this is way out into the future, especially for the people long-term holding it. But for any of you guys that are trying to get in and take advantage of the World Cup and all that, the hype that's going on with this coin and all the partnerships it's got, I mean, you've got a good chance to do that here. And let's say even from 30 cents, you're looking at up to our target there of making a 14% profit. If we manage to come back up to the top of this pattern, you're looking at making a 50% profit. So it's a good one, in my opinion, to consider both for trading and for long-term investing, mid-term and long-term holds. And so just coming back to a lower time frame here on the 1 hour, you can see the 1 hour spent, and that's why I'm saying, and with a 65% chance to come back to the breakout point, and not to mention that we also have our 200 EMA right here, and we got to bounce off of that. So I would look for this as being your first target right around 28.69 right through there, and then maybe right on down to this line here about 27.8. Those would be the targets I would look at if you're trying to get a bottom price in on this, because I do expect prices to come down to this area, get a bounce off that 200 1 hour EMA, and then we can work about breaking up and over this point that we just got rejected from, and further make some moves to the upside. Guys, I hope this video has been of some value to you. If it has, please consider hitting that like button to help this channel grow and reach other people. And until next time, my name is Lane, your crypto road dog, wishing you the best. Trade carefully, be careful, be positive, and just remember, you got this, baby.
Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it says Chart School, you click that full playlist, and voila! They got all the knowledge right there, and adding to it every week. So if you want to be profitable, right there you can go. And it's all for a like and a subscribe till you get all the answers you need over at the Road Dog. Happy trading, y'all.